Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. We're here tonight to preview the Arsenal versus Everton game, which is kicking off in about 45 minutes' time. I'm your host tonight, Jerome, and I'm delighted to say that I am joined by the one and only Chief Scout, the number one scout, Mr. Steve K. Steve, how's it going? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, Jerome. Thanks, everybody out there. Thanks for joining us. I tell you what, Kieran don't give me an entrance like that. I tell you, I'm going to have a word with him.
Oh, mate, this is it. This is it. From now on, that's when I'm hosting. That's what's going to happen.
That's what's got to happen. Yeah, got to have this game.
Yeah. So right, I mean, obviously we're playing in, as I say, 45 minutes, but it's been slightly overshadowed by all the events, sort of the fans forum and the protest there tonight. Which, to be honest, my brothers actually went to that protest.
Okay. Right,
I don't know how much good it's going to do.
Yeah, it seems to be. It started out, and it seemed to be just like a nice, calm protest. But the last time I've just sort of left to come on here tonight, it seems to be getting a little bit messy. There's at least 4,000 or 5,000 people now outside the Emirates, and it just seems more flares going off. Whether it will do any good, I don't know. I've got the, it's great that we're protesting, but I don't know if it's the right way to go about. It's hard to work it out really. Anyway, on to the team news for tonight, which is as follows. I don't know if you've seen it. So it's Leno in goal, it's Chambers right back, Holding and Marie centre back, Xhaka left back, Partey and Ceballos in central midfield, and in front of them Saka and Pepe on the wings. You'd think Smith Rowe in behind and Nketiah. So, Mr. Steve, what are your overall thoughts on that starting 11? It's all that we've got, but I think it sort of states that how underwhelming our squad is at the moment, especially when you look at it against Everton's. But going back to our lineup for tonight, Chambers, it's good. I'm glad he's there. I'd like to see him have another chance at right back because he's been quite well, and considering we would have been having a bit of trouble with Cedric and Bellerin and people not knowing, whether to play which one or the other, it'd be good to see if Chambers can hold down the spot. Xhaka, I think Xhaka has got to use he's really got to use his intelligence tonight, because I think this is the first time we were talking about him being tested against Prague. And he wasn't tested at all, but he definitely will be tested tonight with Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. Partey again in the midfield. I'm glad he's playing. Ceballos, and to be quite, up front is a little bit Nikita playing. There's not really anybody else to put. I'm glad Smith Rowe's there and that Saka's fit. But when you look at their squad and you look at Everton's 11, you can see that we're not on. We haven't got the players they've got.
Steve, are you surprised that Balogun isn't? I don't think he's even on the bench tonight, Balogun. And obviously, there's that news that he's signing the new contract. So are you surprised not to see him involved at all?
John, I'm very surprised. I've been surprised for a long while. Whenever I've seen him play, he seems that little bit of up another level from Eddie. I know he gets a goal every now and then, but for me, I'm very surprised Balogun's not at least on the bench. Whether he's got an injury or not, I don't know. But no, he's not getting, for some reason, he's just not getting games. We're not seeing him, are we?
Yeah. Maybe it's maybe he's just thought that this season he's not really going to play, and don't read too much into it. And then next season he'll maybe get a chance. Perhaps that could be in his thoughts. Obviously, we're here to preview the game tonight, but we got to bear in mind that there's a very important game on Thursday. So with that in mind, do you think Arteta's right in starting, a couple of the key names for us, namely, I'd say Saka and Smith Rowe, or do you just think that he's got to play these guys, get minutes in their legs, and he can't just start, can't just rest everyone?
Yeah, from my point of view, I'm glad Pepe's playing tonight. I'm glad Smith Rowe's playing tonight, and I'm glad Saka's playing tonight, because these ain't for like 28, 29-year-old players where you feel that you may have to give them a rest because you've got this massive semi-final coming up in a week. These are young men who want to play, and I think when they're on form, which pretty much all those three has been, I just like to see them being played regular and started all the time. So I'm glad they're there tonight. I know there's a risk of injuries and that, but look, this is football, and you can't think about things like that. I'm glad they're playing, Jerome.
Yeah, and I think saying that as well, Steve, I think we got to bear in mind that Arteta was probably expecting Everton to play their strongest team, and it looks like when you look at their names, it looks like he couldn't have really chosen a much stronger 11. The Everton manager, could he? I mean, like you said, our defence tonight, they're gonna get tested, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're really going to get a proper test.
Without a doubt, Chambers and Xhaka, who are not right backs and left backs, are going to be coming up against players like Richarlison, who's a top player, and players like Sigurdsson, who's hit form recently. And then you've got Calvert-Lewin, who's always buzzing about. So I mean, it's what we've and also you've got. I mean, I'm a great admirer of Lucas Digne of Everton, the left back. He's going to be flying down that left hand side. So that's another thing Chambers is going to have to be aware of. It's going to be a very difficult night. I'm a little bit worried, actually.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. As we mentioned at the beginning of the video, obviously it's been a bit of a crazy sort of few days. Do you think that what's gone on could affect the team in any way?
No, I don't think so. I think that once you get on the pitch, I mean, if there's a load of noise going on outside, it might affect. But I'm hoping that the protests would have dispersed by then, and they'd realised that look, there's a game going on. We're here. We're thinking of the players and the club. So now it's time to move on and let the players get on with the game. So I hope that's the situation, and I hope that's what's happened. I think they're professional enough now to switch off and get on with it. I hope so anyway. But no, I think once they kick off, their minds will be on the game and not what's going on outside.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I don't think they can use the last few days as an excuse at all. Like you said, the key word there is professionalism, and this is where Arteta, as the manager and the man in charge of this group of players, needs to make sure that they're proper focused on the game, and everything that's gone on before isn't important and shouldn't even enter their heads.
Absolutely.
Now we'll move on to the prediction time, Steve. And I think I'm a bit like you. I'm not maybe as confident for this one. But what are you thinking? What do you reckon the score's going to be, and who do you reckon is going to hit the back of the net for both teams?
Well, I'll be shocked if we keep a clean sheet. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, which means we're going to go and have to score a couple up the other end.
Yeah.
Which with the team out tonight, I'm not sure we could get a couple of goals. We will have to be on top. Every one of them players tonight will have to be on top form for us to win the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not confident of that. So I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. With Pepe scoring. I hope.
Nice.
But I'm I'm worried.
Yeah, I know. I think it could be a score draw as well. I think it'll be Desmond. I think it'll be 2-2. I think although a lot of Arsenal fans don't rate him massively, Nketiah is always good for a goal. He can always nick a goal. So I think Nketiah will score one, and I'm going to go Smith Rowe as well. Nketiah and Smith Rowe, and I imagine Calvert-Lewin will probably score at least one of their goals. He's their main man, isn't he? When it
no, he's in Kieran's dream team. Can't have that.
Oh, is he?
No.
Well, hopefully he'll pick up a minor hamstring strain after 2 minutes, and
that's it. Yeah,
and that's it.
Get sent off in the last minute.
Yeah. Anyway, it'd be interesting to see what happens because it's been a crazy week. Yeah. There's a massive game, next week as well. So there's so much going on at the moment, isn't there? It's like there's new news every couple of minutes, it seems.
Thursday's absolutely enormous. If when we talk about it on Thursday, but this because of where we are and the situation we're in and the way the club's being controlled and the way our money's being spent on and where we are, we have to win that champion Europa Cup tie. The whole thing. Yeah, massive game.
Yeah, and I think one of the key things as well, Steve, I'm sure you'll agree, is cannot pick up any major injuries tonight. No. That is, if we pick up a big an injury to a Saka, anyone that's sort of due to start next week, I know it's hard to prevent them, but that's if we can get through tonight unscathed, get a positive result, then
Oops, it looks like Jerome's freezing, but I think what he was saying there was that we're hoping that we get a positive result tonight because we're going to need something to go on to play Villarreal with because as we said that's a massive game for the boys, and then Jerome's back now.
Sorry about that. Technical problems, but yeah, all right, cool. All right, Steve. Well, we'll come back on at 10:15. To review the game, see how it's gone, see if our predictions are right, and we'll see you then, everyone. So come on, you Gunners, and see you at 10:15.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.